Hi my little fluffies, today we're doing part 3. Now I know it sounds like I'm pushing videos out, but I want to move on to gaming and whatnot, but I can't leave an unfinished series. And my screen recorder only allows me to do 50 minutes, so I'm just doing them in parts very, very quickly. But, where we left off, I'm still going to do this because I don't want to leave the series unfinished, because some of the What If channels I got inspiration from, they just left some of my favourite series on a cliffhanger and then never continued on with them. So I don't want to do that. But without further ado, let's do this. Now, I've done a little reflecting on the What If so far, and I think there's too many teaching assistants, so there'll only be 1 or 2 at a time with each teacher. And I'll go a bit more slow with it. So Mr. Aizawa walked in. The next day, Mr. Aizawa walked in with, let's pick someone random, Sokka and Suki. Yeah, Suki the hero, fight me. So, and he said that today we are going to the USJ. So, he says everyone get your hero uniforms on. And again, that is his hero costume right there. The one right after Hummer in the picture, but a bit more thicker like the War Tribe's uniform. Because he ain't as big of an All Might fanboy. Don't worry, this is where he's going to use one for all. Remember, 20% is the limit. So, they go to the USJ and meet Hero 13. And she's explaining that their powers could be dangerous and used for a lot of bad. But they can also be used for saving people. But before that, their villains come through and introduce themselves as the League of Villains. And Aizawa goes to fight them and tells 13 to protect the kids. And then Shigaraki says, there's no All Might. And then Kurogiri says, how about we split up the kids? To go to different sections and put them in danger. Maybe them All Might will come. And he says, good idea, do it. That's exactly what he does, but Izuku manages to jump the portal and he starts bloodbending all the damn villains. He bloodbends Shigaraki. What's his name? Kurogiri, Denomu, and pretty much all the villains that Aizawa isn't fighting because he can't bloodbend all of them. And he says, what is this kid doing? I says, I don't know, but I can't break out of it. Why did I give Kurogiri a southern accent? I don't know. And Izuku quickly takes all the villains and bashes them down. You know how you can pick people up and with bloodbending and bash them onto the ground? He knocks them all out. Yeah, Izuku's powerful. Fight me. So, the only villains that are left are the bug villains, which he does in groups. Like, he does 5, bloodbend them all, knocks them out. Ida then calls for the heroes. Once Aizawa Then he realised that the Nomu has waken up again, so he quickly blends them before he can hurt anyone. Yeah, Shigaraki's still knocked out. And quickly knocks the Noma out and decides to put it out of its misery, killing it with bloodbending. And then he goes in to the shipwreck section, seeing Suamineta with a bunch of villains. He bloodbends all of them, knocking them out, and to get them out he quickly bloodbends all the water to make a puncture in the glass. Then quickly makes an ice wall with the water around the shipwreck section so it doesn't leak. And I get out there real quick. Now he goes around trying to help everyone. And pretty much knocks out every single villain there. When the heroes arrive, the Nomu is already dead. Actually, I'm just going to say he's almost knocked out. The All Might quickly just finishes him off. And then they leave for the USJ incident. Now, I'm going to say that they're all locked up. And since Shigaraki, let's just say he put his hand up, say he disintegrated one of the walls by accident, they cut off his hand. Yeah. And lock all the villains in prison. But don't worry, the only ones that stay that were inspired by staying, they're going to form their own villain group. And all ones don't exist out there. See? This differs on the story. Okay, what's the next arc? Sports Festival. During the break between the USJ and the Sports Festival, he decides to train. Though he hasn't used one for yet, he knows he's probably going to need to during the Sports Festival. So he quickly trains all his waterbending, so he's fully mastered all types of waterbending. And he has around 50% of one for all, without breaking his bones. Yeah, training can get you a long way. Now, when it comes to the Sports Festival, the race, he quickly just bloodbends all the participants. Yeah, he got really good. And quickly runs. And then once he's at the end, he releases the grip on the bloodbending so they can all run. Yeah, his bloodbending is too OP. I'm trying to not make him use it, but why wouldn't you? Remember how Katara said not use it much? Well, he deems any sort of fighting or competition a important situation. So yeah, Katara's not very happy about him bloodbending though. Then we've got the cavalry race. And let's just say Momo Todoroki, because their powers complement each other. Bakugo, but reluctantly. And 4, isn't it? Let's do Ojigo. And Izuku just bloodbends everyone, forcing them to give them all their headbands. So yeah, they all win, but then so technically the Izuku team wins. But then that would have ended the sport battle pretty much right there. So they said that everyone goes through to the next round. Now with the Deku vs Shinso fight, before Shinso could say anything, he bloodbends him, telling him to go out the ring. Now, what's next? Todoroki fight. With the Todoroki fight, instead of going the quick way with bloodbending, he decides to try and make him use his fire. Even though he can put it out. So basically, get through the match, testing out his 1 for all on the ice bike, and then finally determines him to use his fire, which he quickly rushes out, but it still determines Todoroki to use it, so he will use it from now on. And then he quickly bloodbends Todoroki, putting out his fires with his water, and quickly taking him out of the ring. With that, it's Bakugo versus Izuku. Izuku does a 1-4 punch, nearly knocking Bakugo out, but since it didn't, he just bloodbends him out the ring with the loss of his consciousness. And he is declared the winner of the sports festival. Katara, Aang, and the rest of the gang are really proud. God, that took long. God. Yeah, I think I can cover the internship arc. With the internship arc, Gran Torino, he picks Gran Torino out of all the people that want to train him, because he knows that that was All Might's trainer. He quickly learns for growling, and gets around 60% in that as his limit. And then, when Stain comes, since he kinda agrees with Stain in a way, he just puts him out of misery with just bloodbending him. And calls Endeavor. Then tells Todoroki to call Endeavor. And he takes credit for it all. So no one gets hurt, really. And what's the next arc? Teachers versus students. Now, Bakugo and Midoriya versus them. Midoriya is pretty confident in himself with this, because he can bloodbend anyone. Zeus just says, bloodbend All Might, then quickly get the handcuffs around him and win. So when they start to fight, he just quickly bloodbends All Might before All Might can do anything. Though he does get a punch on him, Bakugo, and a little punch on him, but Izuku blocks, like he just quickly bloodbends him, making him stand still. And gives Bakugo the handcuffs. He's still kind of conscious and puts it around All Might. They win. I'm seeing if since I don't have long left, I'm going to leave it there. I'm probably going to finish all of these parts by the end of the night. So yeah, we only have the forest arc, like the camp arc, the Ulf one, the kidnapping arc, if you'd call that an arc, and the Eri arc. That's about it. So I bet we could get it done in the next one. So yeah, bye my fluffies.